What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is, what day is it? I've even lost track of days.
Wednesday the 14th.
Wednesday, November 14th. This is the late show edition. And just a couple hours after this, we have the SBR poker tournament that we're doing with Youwager. I'm now able to use the chat, so I will be able to put that link right here. But let me say, I came in, even though it was a very successful night gambling, it was a bad night and morning personally, and I came in kind of in the dumps. And again, like always, this chat rises me up, lifts me up, gets me feeling good. I feel good. We've got a great group here. Makeup by Jen is back.
Oh, very
Makeup
nice.
by Jen's back. But Lamont Williams, Scotty Rock Forever, Abba Zaba 78, Robbie Tagaloa, Trenton Claxton, Vancouver Brooks, Fan City Chris, Anil Frank, Gate Pass Key, Parlay Poppy, a great group. I didn't make any plays in the NHL card in the morning. I have 3 plays. I have, I believe, 5 plays in NBA, and I only gave out, I think, 2. And I'm ready to rock. We have a big college basketball card. We have videos from Mark Lathrop and Maxwell Smart. I'm very excited about those, and I'm excited to have a very good show.
Look at these comments. Al Hard says, beat Jimmy, the show is like a drug. You want more and more. And then Rayhan Hyder, 1991, I love this show. It gets me through my day. Can't wait for NBA. You guys don't know how much that means to me. And we do put, I made some comments in the morning show about how much we work on this, and other people would say, well, everyone works a lot in life, and that is true. I did not mean to imply that, but we definitely put everything that we have into this, Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying?
It is all we've got.
And you know what's so funny is that before the pre-snap reads show, I wasn't cueing them or anything. Ian Cameron and Joe Gavazzi were talking about, they were like telling all their loved ones, I'm going to be out of commission for 90 days. You won't have any. They were all talking about it, about how, when you really do this, in a serious way, this point in the season, it's basically a 24/7 deal. You know what I'm saying?
It's very, very difficult, but the help of our chat.
Yes.
That's who keeps us rolling, and I'm excited. I'm going to throw the link up. Do you mind talking for a little bit?
Yes, Terry Edelman says, love the show, watch it almost every day. Need to start commenting. Super excited for the power tourney tonight, for the poker tournament tonight. Awesome. When is that? Is that 9 o'clock Eastern time?
That's at 9 o'clock. So here's the link. Eastern time, and you'll be able to sign up for it 2 hours before the tournament starts. Also, there is no problem. Oh, shoot, I pressed the wrong button. There's no problem with, someone was saying that Macs can't download the software. You don't even need to download it. You just click on use the enter or play poker without downloading the software, and it works very easy. You have to make sure that you enable something. I'm so bad at it. But Natalie has put out a tweet regarding how to get in the tournament, and I will retweet that very soon.
Okay, so that sounds good. So for tonight's card, again, there's a big NBA card that we're going to get into. It should be fun. NHL, of course, Jimmy the Bag and I are basically killing it. I am way up once again.
You are killing it.
I am. No, and you are killing it because about 2/3 of those units are entirely due to you, that I'm not just saying that.
But I'm starting to build.
Jimmy the Bag is coming off a huge winning day. The slightly bad news that I have to say is I just did not have the time to crunch the college basketball card like I wanted to, and I apologize. So I'm not going to have a lot of great things to say about college basketball this card today, although I have some things that I say. And again, I hit the Duke over at 149. I can show you on my spreadsheet, Jim, and it's now up to 156 or 157. I was going to give it in the morning. I was like, should I give it at 154? That was the one play that was one play that I really did like. I also did hit Seton Hall at +8. Let me just quickly check to see what happened to that line. Go ahead, Jim.
I got some exciting stuff here.
Oh, the line has gotten bet up. Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
Russ
go ahead,
B says, Loshak, it's been a while, but the Key West Nut Tickler looks good, brother.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And look at that. I also talked about how I hit Michigan at +7. In the morning show, it was at 7.5. Now it's down to 6.5. So money has come in on Michigan. That's very interesting. Again, I should have just tweeted out the fucking Duke over at 149. It's now up to 157. Although, as we've seen in college basketball, take these line moves, especially on totals, with a grain of salt. Yesterday, of course, for people who missed the shows yesterday, everyone in the chat was on Wisconsin. I saw the big line move in favor of Xavier going from +1 to a -2, and I thought I'd be slick and a little fucking market reading dickhead, and I went on Xavier -1.5. Turns out I was wrong, and everyone in the chat who said ignore the line movement was right. So that just goes to show you what college basketball line moves mean, although I don't think you can ignore them. Other plays that I took, I did take the UTEP Arizona over at 144, and that's now up to 145, so maybe I'll give that one. So, I talked about it in the morning show, but the late games, Marquette, Indiana, I would love to have broken that one down. The Kentucky, North Dakota game, I just have not had a chance to get to them, and so I won't be able to say much about it. But I'm going to do my best to cover as much college basketball during college basketball season as I possibly can.
Definitely, and the guys in the chat can lead us today.
Yeah.
And Nick Dial, everybody, Scotty Rock helping me out. Enable pop-ups. And Eric Swell says, and Flash players. So those are the two things that I had to do. And no, I did not get my computer back, nor will I maybe ever get my computer back, or I'll get it back. I don't think I'm going to spend the money to get it fixed. And they gave me back the $5 bill. Since I've had the $5 bill off, I've been crushing.
Oh, really?
Was the $5?
So then keep it off. Keep it off. I mean, that was just a little joke that I don't know what the hell. I was just like, I'll make this joke, sure. And yeah, so.
Quaddy saying, can the tournament be watched online? Yeah, we're streaming it live. So we are. So it'll be the Natalie, Pete, and I live. And then Whale Capper, BMOC, and Donnie will be in. So the six of us will be seen on one screen. I think that's the best way to do it. A lot of talk about NHL, a lot of talk about the Blackhawks. And I decided to take the Blackhawks. It was a lot of study into that game, and I decided to jump on the Blackhawks. I'm looking forward to talk about these games.
Yeah.
And we want to get through things as quickly as possible because I'm very excited about Max's video and having Mark Lathrop on the show.
That's awesome. All right. So once again, we'll start with NHL. I gave Washington Winnipeg first period over 1.5 minus 130 as my only official pick. I was talking about the Anaheim Vegas game, and wow, look at that. In the morning, the Vegas line was suspiciously high. Now it's all the way up into the 170s. That is interesting. I was talking about how I was leaning under and first period under in that one. Boston, Colorado. I can't remember. What are the plays you gave? Oh, you gave no NHL
I gave
plays.
No plays. No plays. I wanted more
right.
time, and it took me a long time. It took me a real long time before I felt, and that I just, you're coming off a big night, and I just don't really want to mess it up. But before we get into NHL plays, and I'll give them right now, I'd like to give a shout out to Ethan Payson. Ethan Payson says, I've watched this show every day for months, but can rarely catch it live. Able to catch it live today and pumped to be a part of the low baggers. Jimmy and Pete keep fucking killing it. Ethan Payson.
Ethan Payson, thank you so much. I am hoping to be back at near 100% performance level sometime very soon, and hopefully it'll happen. All right, so let's see. For Farouk Islam says, Loshak, VMI South Carolina, under. Any thoughts? No, I did not have a chance to look at that game, and I apologize. I'm going to try to look at as many as I possibly can, but I would definitely be thinking about the under on that one for sure, just based on the teams involved. Obviously, let me pull up some college.
We have a new commenter. Whispers from my arse.
Okay,
Whispers
very nice.
from my arse.
Awesome.
Says, believe me, I don't think you think it's awesome.
Yeah.
When you talk that quickly, it's usually a sign that you don't think it's awesome.
No, I do.
Mohammed Joma joining us. Mohammed, I was thinking about you last night with that Habs Oilers clash. You have had the better of all of your Habs breakdowns and Habs stuff. I don't think that one game that makes a season you've had a great read on the Habs, and you've made a lot of money off the Habs this year. And I was thinking about you at the game, and I was, to be honest though, even though I love you, Mohammed Joma, and I will be friends with you for life, I was pumping my fist for every Oilers goal and thinking about you at the game, cheering on your Habs. Okay, let's get into to hockey. Should we jump all over it?
Yeah. Is there anything you want to add? Because I'm seeing Fleury is confirmed, but Gibson is not. Still not confirmed from what I'm seeing here. So we still don't know who's going to be in goal for the other team.
For the Ducks.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to stay off that game. I find the Knights very tricky, and I want to fade them. I would like to take the Ducks here. I really would like to take the Ducks here. Golden Knights, first time back after a road trip. Now, the more we talk about it, the more I think Ulysses Hayes joins, the more I think that the Ducks are the play. So why don't we talk? Do we all think that the Ducks are the play here? Because the Golden Knights are missing their second and third line centermen. I love the way if we knew that Gibson was playing, I'd be jumping all over it because Andre Fleury's 895 saves. Oh, it's Cam Fowler. What's the word on Cam Fowler? That's what was holding me off of it. Let me find out right now. Cam Fowler, injured reserve. So now you have Lindholm, Montour, Manson doing too much. We need this power play to get going if you want to back the Ducks. Having Cam Fowler out of the lineup is enough for me to stay off the Ducks. Thank you. I needed to remember that. That's exactly why I don't want to back them. King Lou About Business says, let's get this money. Jimmy, I've been watching reruns. You've been killing it. Pete, killing them totals. Yeah. They don't call them totals, Loshak. I call them Lodos. For nothing. Much love and respect to the chat.
Thank you very much.
I love King Lou About Business. easily a beloved low bagger.
Oh, God, I'm looking at all these college basketball games. I wish I had had time to break them down. I wish I had had time to fucking break them down, but we just run out of shit. We just run out of time.
You had your show today. That was the problem.
I did the pre-snap reads show.
And I can't wait to hear what you guys are on.
Yeah.
I have 3, so I'm taking off. I'm not going to trust the under, even though you want to take an under every time the Ducks are playing. Parlay Poppy says Anaheim hasn't scored more than 3 goals since October 17th. Not going to go over it, think, and grab the under. I feel uncomfortable. I mean, now you have 2 teams playing. One team is each team has their best defenseman out of the lineup. We don't know for sure that Gibson's going to be in, but we expect him to be in. Golden Knights don't have their second and third centerman in. It's just, I feel like the volatility is a little difficult to predict in that situation. Let's talk about what I think is the most exciting game of the night, and that is the Blues at Blackhawks. Colleton, behind the bench, they've lost 3 straight. Blackhawks have lost 8 straight. Sayad will be back. St. Louis has won 4 of its past 6, but I don't think they're actually playing that well. They're not going to have Braden Shen in the lineup. The more I sat with this game, and I did not want to back the Blackhawks. I thought they should be even a dog in this situation. But the more I looked at it, the more I felt it, the more I felt that the Blackhawks will get their first win under Jeremy Colleton tonight. It just is shaping up that way. Jake Allen is being terrible. There's no point to back the Blues with Allen. And Allen is confirmed. Am I right? Allen's confirmed? Yeah. And when it comes to a overtime or shootout situation, I'd rather have I think Tarasenko's very dangerous. Schwartz just isn't playing well. I'd rather have the team that has Kane and Taves on it. So I decided not to take it on -1.5. I will take the Blackhawks on the money line, Pete.
Okay, the Chicago Blackhawks, that'll be, let's see, where is it? -115 at the Greek is what we can give you there. We can give you the best line shopping here at SBRodds.com. Chicago, money line, -115. So you do think that there is going to be a little bit of a resurgence from, they're not just a complete dumpster fire?
No, well, I feel like at home are the only times you're going to want to back this club. And right now, losing 8 straight, lost 3 straight with Colleton, I think this is actually a pretty nice spot for them.
Yeah.
Knowing that Braden Shen is out of the lineup. Now, you know me, and Ulysses Hayes saying Allen is in tonight. I would generally like to take puck lines. I want to allow myself to win this game late, win this game in overtime. Terry Edelman on Blues money line. A lot of people liking the Blues. I just feel like this is the spot where they get their first win.
And how is Chicago in general offensively? Oh, I didn't tell anyone this, but I bet Helsinki Joker it once again.
Oh, nice.
I bet them once again. They won today.
God,
so I'm looking at
that.
it again. Yeah, it's because I wound up seeing it a few days ago, and I was like, you know what, I'll jump on it again. How is I mean, it was a big favorite line that I took though, so
okay.
You might not have missed
Did
out
they
on
cover
anything.
by more than a goal?
Oh yeah, they won like 4-0 or something like that.
Yeah. Puck line being fine.
You could have gotten -2 at plus money, but I didn't. Anyway, so how is Chicago offensively right now, Jim?
Not very good. But Brandon Sayad has to be a key player on this team. And he trashed Quenneville on the way out. Quenneville clearly didn't like Sayad and made him a healthy scratch. Colleton has to know that Sayad, his big body's got to be in front of that. Remember, they traded Panarin for him. Panarin, who's could be considered a top 10 player in the NHL. If you said he was a top 10 player in the NHL, I don't think anybody would argue that vehemently against you. Brandon Sayad has to step up. Tomar says Blackhawks aren't playing as fast, and Blues have been stronger defensively. I'd lean under. This is the spot. Zach Kenkel joining us. Can't wait to hear his breakdowns. Ace Spitz. He's on Bradley, Toledo, Villanova. He talked to us about that in the early show. Looking forward to hammer college basketball with him. But in saying that, and Scotty Rock forever, Blues all day. I feel like this is the spot for the Blackhawks to get their first win. And I don't want to spend too much time on it.
Right. Just in general, Jim. The Blackhawks actually were pretty productive offensively earlier in the year at home. Were there any injury or roster issues that changed from then to now?
Well, Sayad's being a bum, and Sayad had a couple okay games after Quenneville benched him. But other than that, you have got guys like the Brinkat. It's funny, every other team that's been bad, at least last year, all these other teams have, even like talk about the Bruins, look at the Red Wings. All these teams have first-round draft picks that come up and do a good job, up, and the Blackhawks just seem to be devoid of those players.
But there haven't been any like key issues, key roster changes or anything since the beginning of the year when they were relatively productive at home.
Well, the one key roster change was they got Crawford back. And Crawford looked great at first and has not looked as good since. This is a team that's not scoring on the power play, has terrible special teams. I feel like this is a chance for them to get their first win.
All right. Okay, I'm on the edge of taking Chicago team total over 2.5 minus 160. I got burned a few days ago making some of these plays on the late show. You know, my early show plays were fine and solid, and then I started throwing on team total over 2.5s at minus 160s and just hemorrhaging unit and a half here, unit and a half there. But I feel like once again,
ski profits on the Pelicans and Spurs. Pelicans and Spurs.
All right, let's move on to other NHL stuff while I decide about Chicago team total.
I am on the Jets puck line here. Ooh. Whisper from my arse. Big boy bet with little boy money. Blues to win, Capitals 3-way wins, and Nets win. He's on the Nets with me. I am backing the Winnipeg Jets here on the puck line. There's a bunch of different reasons why. We thought the Capitals were in a nice spot last game after being embarrassed. This is a tough spot for the Capitals. They're an older squad, back-to-back, and Tom Wilson hasn't played all season, hasn't played since preseason, and now he's got to play a back-to-back when he looked very good last night, throwing his body around. The Jets are going to have the best record in the NHL at home. I understand why they're this big of a favorite with the Caps on a back-to-back. I just feel like the Jets minus 1.5 has been paying all year for me. They're trying to light a fire. Murray's trying to light a fire under Laine. I really think that the Jets are just going to be a very profitable team. And just because the Capitals looked so good last night shouldn't scare us off of it. I'm going to back the Jets minus 1.5. The Capitals aren't going to be a team that's going to be very good in back-to-back situations. We were right when we backed them last night. I wish I had taken them on the puck line, not the money line. I wanted to have them still alive. Oh, wow, Ibaka just ruled out. Ibaka just ruled out. Wow. God, I don't like seeing that for the Raptors.
Yeah.
I'm on the Jets minus 1.5, Pete.
All right, let's see what we can get to here. The Jets minus 1.5. That will be plus 170.
Oh,
at the
Terry
Great-
Edelman
okay.
says the Wild have the best record at home to me. I mean this year. I mean when the season ends, the Winnipeg Jets will have the best record at home in the NHL. That's what I was
All right,
saying.
so Winnipeg plus 170 on the minus 1.5 line there.
Thank you. And then finally, I'm backing the Avalanche here. I think the Bruins, I think we can't just put a line through an 8-5 loss to the Canucks. This is a team without their best defenseman in McAvoy, without Carlo, without Miller, without Vakanainen. This is an Avalanche team that just got off the schneid, looked very good in Edmonton in that 4-1 victory. How long is Halak going to play out of his mind? I don't know how long he's going to play this way. This was a tough decision whether or not to take the puck line or the money line, but I just feel like their top line in Colorado is going to be able to take advantage of last change. With all the injuries the Bruins have, yeah, they played 2 real nice games back-to-back. One was against the Vegas team that's playing bad hockey. One was against the Leafs team that must have been, it was a surprise that they beat up the Leafs so bad on the road. But in saying all that, I really feel like the Avalanche are going to give me value. It's dangerous fading the Bruins. And I don't want to go over all the comments and all the notes that I made in the first show. The main thing to me is this blue line is still beaten up. Zaboril's going to come in for them. But the Avalanche got what they needed back. Depth. They got Jost back. They got Nieto back. Andrew Ghetto is very close to coming back. I think the Avalanche are going to be a very good team at home this year, and I'm backing them.
And
Minus
what do
1.5.
you think about the under, Jim, on this one?
A lot of people are saying unders throughout this whole card. Daryl Lyle's liking Blackhawks St. Louis over. That would be one spot I'd be very hesitant to take the under on. But the others, I think you guys are right. I do see unders. I do see some unders in this spot. Halak and Varlamov are both playing very good.
All right, so Colorado puck line, we're going to give you plus 252. That's the current line at Pinnacle. And I'm just wondering, so if you would lean under here, then that means you'd be leaning Boston team total under a little bit, right? You think that Boston's going to be a little bit shut down here offensively, or not?
Yeah, I just think it's tough to create offense without getting the outlet passes. But they do have good defensemen, Krug and Grzelcyk, that can deliver those outlet passes. Ulysses Hayes riding Boston on the road. I can understand that. I just feel like the Avalanche turn things around. Oh, and Mohamed Joe was saying all unders in the NHL tonight. But my man Don Mago says take the over. Farshad Hassami taking Jets money line and the Ducks under. Daryl Lyle's liking Bruins plus 1.5. Sasana on Washington Winnipeg under 6.
All right, maybe I'll just stick with my one-play Washington-Winnipeg first period over. The Vegas-Anaheim game, if I want to buy the 6, I'd have to go to minus 159 at Pinnacle. If I want to take the 5.5, it'd be like minus 123. And then, of course, I could try to take a shot with the first period under if I wanted to. I'm still not seeing anyone confirmed for Anaheim in goal, and it does seem like it just feels like it has under written all over it, doesn't it, Jim?
I think that every game that has the Ducks involved has underwritten all over it.
Every game does seem to have underwritten all over it, doesn't it, Jim?
It does.
All right, I'm gonna think about what I want to do on this one. And is there anything else that we didn't cover in NHL?
No, let's move on.
All right, so what do you want to move on to? NBA?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to NBA. I'm probably gonna add on my plays on Anaheim Vegas here in a second. Let me just check a few things and check the lines. In NBA, I made an ill-advised play, taking a bad line on the under in what game was that? That was the what was it? Oh, the Philly Orlando game. Oh, yeah. I mean, I liked it the under at 222 when it opened. Then people were saying they liked the under, and it dropped to 218.5, and I grabbed it at 218.5, which might have been a mistake. Jim, what are the plays that you got? You took Chicago at plus 13. Let's see if that one has changed. Chicago plus 13. Has that line changed? No. Well, no, it's not down to 12.5 at Pinnacle, which is a slightly nice sign.
Okay, that is good.
What else did you take, Jimmy the Bag?
I don't think I took the under. I took the under, and that actually moved against me. The under
in the New Orleans Minnesota game, yeah, and that's now up to 235.5 or 236. That's interesting because it is a very high total and now is headed back up, which is a little bit interesting.
You know, to be honest with you, obviously we know how important these late moves and totals in NBA are. They're extremely important, so it concerns me. But I still like that play.
Right.
I was waiting to see if I get a better line on the. Oh, Mark Lathrop joining us. Says later, boys. See you all hopefully in the poker room. We got a Mark Lathrop video today.
Oh, very nice.
But go do your thing, Mark. And thank you for supporting our show.
Very nice. All right, Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm going to do?
What?
This is the ultimate. I don't even know what to call it. This is just bitch ass move right here.
It's not even per se.
I'm gonna no. I don't like that Philly Orlando under anymore. I think that was a wrong move, right? I'm thinking about just pulling it right now, taking the over 218 and just eating it.
Well, I think that if it was 220.5 or 219.5, that would have been the play, but it actually went down a little bit.
Nah, it's still 218.5 at the Greek. The Greek is hanging on to the over. All right, I'm going to I'm gonna pull that one. I'm gonna take the over. I just don't like it. It was a mistake, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take over 218. So maybe if it lands directly on 218, I'll get a free unit there. But I'm gonna take.
We have to stop everything.
What happened?
Tony Soprano, Tony Soprano joining us says, "Hey family, just found out tonight my mother has breast cancer. I'm really depressed right now. Please wish her the best. I'm really sad right now."
Yeah, that is incredibly sad. And Tony Soprano, I wish I had better words. I wish I had more things I could do instead of just saying these words. But our thoughts and our prayers are with you and your mom and your family.
Absolutely.
Really,
sending
really
love,
sad.
sending strength to you and your family.
Absolutely.
This stuff is just heartbreaking. And all we can do, and what Tom Gunn, Vegas Gunn, and others have taught us, Shadow, Vegas Gunn, is that we can fight. And if I know Tony Soprano, I know that his mom's going to be a fighter.
Yes.
And we believe that she can fight this off and get healthy. We believe in you and your family.
And based on what I have read, since knowing some people, definitely check out CBD oil for cancer. It is definitely there's hundreds, thousands of anecdotal stories about people who have had success. You know what I mean?
But she's a fighter.
Yeah.
She's going to fight this, Tony.
So check out CBD oil for sure. All right. So you know what? I don't know. Maybe I won't take it. Maybe I won't pull it. Let me see.
I don't think that makes sense.
Tom Marino would lean under in Philly, Orlando. All right, fine. I guess I'll go with it. I guess I'll stay.
I almost took it at 219.5, but I was like, you know what? I just don't want to be on the ass end of these things.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm going to keep rolling here. I wanted the Nets money line. I feel like this is a situation where the team, their brother goes down. They have to join arms and step up for each other.
Yes.
And this is a situational play that I'm making here. Derrick Rose ruled out. Wow. Very big. I want the Nets money line right now.
The Nets money line right now. Okay. Hold on one second. The Brooklyn Nets money line will be. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, in the morning you said you wanted to wait. And you will be getting plus 119. Nice job, Jimmy the Bag. I wonder what happened to that spread. Wow, so the money line has gotten bet up, but the spread, not really. That's interesting. Okay, so there you go. We can give you plus 119. Nicely done. Jimmy the Bag is going to take the Nets money line plus 119. Nets money line plus 119.
Yeah, I also wanted to take the over in the Pistons-Raptors game. I've bet it, but I'm not going to make it an official play here. I feel uncomfortable
which one?
In the Pistons-Raptors game.
Yeah.
With Ibaka out of the lineup. If it's going to be Valanciunas banging down low with Drummond, I just feel like it kind of moves itself to a slower-paced game. I hope I don't see Monroe out on the court. I wanted to hammer this, and I don't think I will. Dwayne Reed said, I think you're spot on with the Nets tonight. I just feel like this is a nice situational spot. Sean Money says, Jared Allen out for the Nets. I'm fine with that. King Rail says, no Allen for the Nets. Stay off the Nets, Jim. I want Hollis Jefferson to be at the 5. I want Hollis Jefferson to get all the time. I know that, Jared Allen is sort of a tricky guy to see how valuable he can be because he likes to spend time out in the perimeter, likes to get his 3 going. But I'm fine. I'm fine in this spot. I know that Hollis Jefferson's way too small to take on Whiteside. I just feel like if you can play small ball against this team and force Whiteside off of the floor, then I think you can do damage. I hear what you're saying, King, and he's right. But if you force Miami to play small ball, that's the only answer. That's the only answer to how to handle it without Jarrett Allen. And that's just what they're going to have to do. It's force the issue here. Ed Davis can get in there and give you some quality minutes. But the key is to play small.
All right, I've made a decision. I'm going to take the under in Anaheim, Vegas, Golden Knights, but I'm going to buy it at Pinnacle to 6 minus 159. Go ahead.
JC Alvarez joining us. So JC Alvarez, I had no problem hooking it up. I just had everything we talked about on the early show. So I had no problem with my Mac in the poker tournament. It was very simple, very easy. I just didn't download the software because there's a thing you can click without. You just have to enable some shit. And I did that, and so it worked.
All right, Anaheim, Vegas, under 6. I'm going to buy to under 6 minus 159 at Pinnacle instead of taking 5 minus 123. That might be a bitch and a half move right there, Jim. But I'm going to do it. Anaheim, Vegas, just in case there's a late goal. Give myself a little bit of protection. Under 6 minus 159. I'm also leaning first period under in this one as well. And I'm also thinking about Anaheim team total under as well. All right, back to NBA, Jim.
Trey Franklin says, guys, what do you think? Philly giving 6 and Timberwolves under. I'm uncomfortable with Cormac asking our opinion on Vegas tonight. I don't want to back Vegas, and I don't want to take the Ducks without Fowler at this point. So
I mean, if I was gonna take Vegas, I'd probably lean to the Anaheim team total under because if you know what I'm saying, Jim. I mean, if Anaheim wins, it's probably I don't know what to think about that. I'm taking the under 6 minus 159, adding that one to my official plays. Hopefully I don't get too burned on
Jason Goforth making a big boy bet on Buffalo. Every time he's made the big boy bets, he sent me pictures of them, and they've cashed every single time.
Okay.
King Rail says guards are going to run circle around Detroit, allowing Kawhi after a loss and bad shooting. Nurse wants to win badly over the Pistons. King, what do you think about the total? I had the over, and I bet the over, but I haven't given it as a play here on the show.
It's dropping. It's dropped to 221.
Yeah.
Wasn't it 224 earlier? In the morning show. Wow. So it was 222 up to 224. Now down. Now crashing.
I bet it at 222.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Damn. Yeah. I wouldn't want the over here. I wouldn't want the over here now either.
I'm taking the under in Grizzlies Bucks.
Okay.
I agree with the breakdown that was given by the chat in the early show. Breaking down the idea that the Grizzlies are going to slow the pace down. That's the only way they can battle. And I think they can't. I think they can slow the pace down. So I'm going to forget that the Bucks average 121.6 points per game. Focus more on what these teams allow. And I'm going to hammer the under.
All right, there has been a move, though. We're going to have to give you 213. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right, so Jim's going to take Memphis, Milwaukee under 213 minus 110. Memphis, Milwaukee under 213
Rail
minus
took the
110.
over 222 on a personal bet.
For Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's what I was thinking at first. I don't like the line move here. All right, Jim's on
But
under.
is it just people panicking? Oh, nice. JC Alvarez is in. Sweet. It's going to be so much fun to play poker with you guys. Is it going to continue dropping? Can you let me know? Because maybe.
Yeah, I will. I mean, it seems like the move has already happened, unless I'm not.
Well, no, because we just found out about Ibaka. I didn't know about Ibaka before the show started. And then I'm on the under 235 already. Pelicans and Timberwolves, and those are my plays. That's my action. The games that we didn't break down hard enough was the Jazz at Mavericks and the Spurs at Suns.
See, the Spurs-Suns game, I was thinking, now I cashed on the Spurs team total under in their last game. What about the under here? Is Phoenix capable of, I mean, are the Spurs going to continue to clamp down on D?
Can the Spurs clamp down on D? What Koskov has done has not worked. It's not worked, and I don't know why. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Kokoskov. What Kokoskov did with Ayton is I hate to say it, but it's not American basketball. It's European basketball. In American basketball, these guys have been superstars since they were 13 years old, and they do what they want to do. And you have to work with them. You can't call them out in the media. I think it's going to blow up in his face. You know what? I think that Kokoskov and I like him, but I think he's going to get fired this year. And what he did with Ayton was a mistake. And he keeps... So now he's saying the way we opened the game, no presence, no life whatsoever. We were behind. This is about the game against New Orleans. We were behind 20 points in the first quarter. That's hard. Puts us in a situation that we have to complete and play the whole game, and every possession has got to be perfect. You are looking for that spark, looking for that energy to bring us in the game. I'm glad we found it because they came back. Said we were competing. We never quit. TJ Warren had 21 points against Oklahoma City. He scored at least 20. Ryan Anderson's absolutely useless. It's amazing how quickly he became useless. San Antonio... I'm not entirely sure what the hell we're going to get from these guys. DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay. Aldridge looks like he's slowed down. Rudy Gay just can't be counted on anymore. It's just too long in the tooth. DeRozan talking about how the problem was that there was miscommunication, there was switching, there were a lot of things that caused them to collapse. The Spurs are averaging 12.3 turnovers a game, the fewest in the league, but it's just hard to trust them. I guess what you have to do is you have to understand and break down Derek White. He's back. Now they have a point guard. Bryn Forbes looked awful in that spot. Forbes was effective in his first game against the Suns. Got a career high 7 assists. If your point guard's career high is 7 assists, you're in big trouble. You're in big. Oh, and King Rail saying Rudy's out. Thank you for letting me know that. It's tough. And Dan Kelly saying, see David Blatt. Yeah, about the European coaches challenging these American ballers. You got to massage the situation. And even Pop learned that when Aldridge said, I want to be traded. Isan Solvagari saying, do you have a play that you like more than the others? Yeah, I like Bulls plus 13. And I like the under. I like the under 235, except the market's gone against me to give me some uncomfort. Yeah, I like the Bulls plus 13.
You don't like the under in the Spurs-Phoenix game, though?
I feel very uncomfortable with the Suns. And I've stayed away from all games that they're involved in right now. And I know they're getting smashed, and that was maybe a mistake. But I like some of their players. I thought Ariza joining this team was going to help. Booker's not shooting well. I feel so uncomfortable with this team that I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Man, the line's getting bet up. Should I go against this line move? That's been such a bad thing to do in NBA.
It's dangerous.
I could get 214 right now, and that's not a very high total.
Scotty Rock saying, great play, Jimmy. Bulls plus 13. Yeah, Bulls plus 13, I'd say, is my favorite play on the card. I think so.
All right. Well, I got to think about what I want to do here in terms of NBA. A clear line move in favor of the over in the Spurs-Phoenix game. I was thinking about a shot with the under, and
we didn't hammer the Jazz Mavericks game enough. Mavs have won 3 of 4, limited their last 2 opponents, Chicago, Oklahoma City, to under 100 points. Then they beat up on Washington 119-100. If they're going to start listening to Carlisle, the guy wants to be he wants to have a defensive team. That's always been Carlisle's MO. Mavs limited the Thunder to 39.2% shooting. If the Mavs start playing lockdown D, they're going to be good. There's just some issues with this team. One, Dennis Smith Jr., who's so good, is actually being outplayed by J.J. Barea. He's being Sorry, what's up?
Why do we not like the Knicks getting all these points?
The Knicks are... Fizdale is going right back to completely switching up this unit. And with what I've done so far in NBA is stayed away from teams that are switching up there. Because with Trey Burke running the show and Kevin Knox playing 30 minutes in this game, I don't really understand.
And what about the OKC team total under? Are they gonna run up and put up a show here offensively? I mean, I know their last game was a big scoring game against Phoenix, but before that they had 3 straight sub 100 point games. What's your take on OKC offensively right now?
I have a better read on them defensively than I do offensively. Right now, offensively, I like Schroeder. I really want to see Schroeder and Westbrook together on the floor. Schroeder sounding like a leader for the first time in his whole career. And I always felt with Schroeder that when he got ditched by Atlanta, it was those guys doing the studying for us. There has to be character issues with this guy. Paul George is playing great. we can trust Adams all the time. They're a really good defensive team right now.
Who?
The Thunder.
Right. And why don't you like the under in that game then? That's another one where I was leaning under and the game got bet over, or the line got bet over, get bet higher.
Yeah, I came close to taking this under earlier in the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we started talking about the switch, Ntilikina coming out and Trey Burke coming in, it was all moving towards the
All right,
over.
I'm going to take the OKC team total under 112.5 minus 110. That's the current line at Heritage. I'm going to take OKC team total under 112.5 minus 110. We'll see how that turns out, but I'm going to take a shot with that one. OKC team total under 112.5 minus 110. We'll see if that works out.
Robert Wando backing me on the Memphis under 214.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Action asking what my favorite hand in poker is. I played poker a lot, and at times in my life I played it very seriously. I dislike every single hand in poker. I dislike every single hand. Every single hand I dislike.
All right, you want to move on from NBA, Jim?
I do. The only thing is it still dropping the total in Detroit, Toronto?
Detroit, Toronto. Let's see. No, it's right where it was a few minutes ago. 220. It's settled there. 221 and a half. Yeah.
I just wonder what they're going to do. It's going to be Valanciunas banging with Drummond. I wanted Ibaka in there playing the 5, but maybe Ibaka wasn't even going to play the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Portwando has the over 222 in Detroit. That was my play, and I bet it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make it an official play. That was my play, and I bet it. I'll make it here. I'll get a better number.
Wow, look at this. Portuando liking Memphis under 214. Portuando also liking the over in the Toronto game, right? Or did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say that.
He did right there. Yeah, I have over 2. Yeah, okay.
Smart money likes Portland Lakers under 223. I was thinking that way as well. Maybe the Lakers team total under, right? Should the Lakers, you think maybe should the Lakers be a favorite here?
I initially was going to take the Lakers.
You were, huh?
And then got talked off of it on the early show, and I'm thankful to get talked off of it. I need to watch them play a little more with Chandler playing. I've been uncomfortable. I've not bet on the Lakers once this year.
Right.
I've only faded them, and it's been working. But I don't think I want to do it here, knowing that Lillard's banged up.
Right. How are the Lakers offensively right now? I mean, they can put up some points, right?
Well,
they don't play any defense.
Their whole style is also changing with Chandler coming in.
How's the style changing?
Well, they've switched to bigger starting lineups.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was Rondo starting, then they bring in Ball. Then it was Caldwell Pope starting, then they bring in Kuzma. I think that Scotty Rock saying Lakers ain't winning shit. Until a team has some consistency with their lineup, it's very difficult for me to make a calm, thought out statement on how they're playing offensively or defensively. I trust them. It's too early in the year, and when they're switching around their rotation, I see a team trying to figure stuff out, and that I shouldn't get caught up in the fact they've won 3 in a row.
Let's make a movie. I want to make a movie, Jimmy the Bag. I want to make a Low Shack in the Bag movie. Yeah, I would be such a great actor, Jimmy the Bag. I was watching fucking scenes from The Godfather and from Casino and Once Upon a Time in America last night. I want to make a fucking movie, Jimmy the Bag.
I would like that very much.
I would make a movie where people would be like, is he a comedic? I would be like a comedic actor and a serious actor in the same line. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Sure.
Do you know how hard that is to find? I just have mental problems, so I need a fucking agent. All right, I'm going to take the Lakers team total under 113 minus 113. What do you think about that? At Pinnacle, I'm taking the Lakers team total under 113 minus 113. So if the game is unexpectedly low scoring, that cashes. And if the Lakers get blown out, that probably also cashes, right?
I don't want to say it makes me uncomfortable because every time you say that to me, I lose the bet.
Right. I'm taking the Lakers team total under 113 minus 113. That's the current line at Pinnacle. And
Chris Garza saying, take the Lakers, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. But this could easily be a surprisingly lower scoring game, couldn't it? No.
Not with the Lakers. I just don't see the Lakers doing that.
Right. I hear you. And they're in LA. Just home games in LA, even if they start out slow, they just love to start running late, right?
Well, they do very little defending late in the game.
Yeah.
David Stewart says, Jimmy, what do you think about Pelicans? They played great the other night versus Raptors. They played very good. And staying off all the Raptors games this year, I've taken a couple first halves.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. It was very interesting watching the Pelicans take them apart. I think that was just a bad night. I think you just brought it up to a bad night.
Scotty Rock Forever says Lakers winning tonight equals fake news. All right, so, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible they could lose in a super high scoring game and go over the team total. But and smart money, yes, beat the Lakers under and the win.
Okay, actually, maybe I can answer that Pelicans question a little better, David. I think this is a bad spot for the Pelicans. I think that you don't want to take a team that's a 500 team that's 1-5 on the road after they played lights out against the team that was the number one on the power rankings this past week. I think that you don't want to back them 2 games in a row. And that's why, learning from all the great cappers that we have in our chat, and one of them being Dan Kelly, is that it's situations has to actually trump the stats.
So with Lillard being out, does that affect them defensively?
I don't think Lillard's going to be out. We don't know if that's been confirmed yet.
Oh, I thought people were confirming it.
I don't believe that's been confirmed. Let me see if I can confirm that right now.
Alan Action says Lillard not playing is huge. He wouldn't say that if he didn't know that for a fact.
Lillard's playing.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's completely off of the injury chart.
Okay. All right. All right. So once again, I have added on, I'm trying to stick with team totals because I feel like it's a little bit safer. I might just be, that might just be an illusion. But OKC team total under 112.5 and Lakers team total under 113. Jimmy the Bag has added Memphis, Milwaukee under 213 and Nets money line.
Did you give me the over? Sorry, did you give me the over for the Raptors game?
No. Did you give that?
Yeah, I'm going to take it. I bet it. I'm going to take it.
Sorry. Too late. Not going to give it to you. No, I'm kidding around. That's now a new inside joke. No, I have it within my power to give it to you, but I'm not going to. Now let's move on to college football. No, all right, so here we go. Let's see. Toronto and Detroit. We give you 220.5 minus 120 at Bet Online, or 221.5 minus 107. So that's a 13-cent, but you get a full point, not a half point. Which would you like?
There's 220.5 at minus 120.
That's a Bet Online, or 221.5 minus 107. So that's I'm sure they're roughly equivalent, but
yeah,
which would you like?
I'll take the minus 107.
All right, so 221.5 minus 107. Oh, whoa. See, this is what I do for you, Jim. Bookmaker just dropped it to 220.5h minus 110.
Beautiful.
So we'll give you that one. You want that one?
Yes, I do.
All right, there we go. See, my little joke,
Thank you.
There you go.
It helped.
My little time-wasting joke there bought you an extra 10 seconds. And those 10 seconds just bought you an extra point, Jimmy the Bag. All right, so let's see. We're going to give you over 220.5 minus 110 in the Toronto game.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay, now we are actually going to switch
to college basketball because we have videos, right?
Because we have videos, and I want to ensure that when someone sends in a video, we get our full audience, and we know that we lose people in about 15 minutes because the games start. First off, we have my man Max Smart. He joined us on the first day of NCAA basketball. Gave us Kentucky over Duke. Took a lot of heat for it. I know firsthand that this guy is an absolutely extraordinary NCAA basketball capper and a huge asset to the show. I'm so thankful that he's going to be giving us videos. I expect if we keep his record, if we keep a track of his record, which actually I'd like to do, which I would because he's only got one game, which I'd like to do, and I can handle that. He's going to be a goddamn winner. Because that's what this guy does in college basketball.
And I just see King Rail saying, best bet in the LA game is over with or without Lillard. NBA wants points. That means ratings. So that means that, yeah, of course. Of course they want overs in LA games. That was such a bad move that I just took the Lakers team total under.
Big Boy D wants to talk about college football. Yeah, I just want these. Because the one game is starting in 15 minutes. The one game is starting in 15 minutes. But we're going to talk about college football. Definitely going to college football. I just want to ensure that we have a big audience for these videos. My man, Freddie, Fortune, can you show us my man Max Smart's video?
Hey, low baggers, it's Maxwell Smart from CapInvestments.com and Sportsbook Bets, and I'm back with a team total for you guys to jump on in the American and send your bookie to Coxsey Valley. I like the scoring Houston demonstrated, albeit versus Alabama A&M, scoring over 100 points, and I'm going to take them over 84.5 points minus 113 today versus Rice. Corey Davis and Armani Brooks are an exciting backcourt duo to watch this year. Both are above 40% three-point shooters and excel in Coach Sampson's up-tempo offense that predicates itself on driving to the bucket and dishing out for threes. I also like this team total over because of the complementary pieces Houston added this year in UNC product Nate Hinton and assist man Deron Jarreau. If Houston could hit 7 to 10 threes and over 40% from the field, I have no problem taking this pick and believing that Davis and Brooks will score in bunches and cash us a winning ticket and send your bookie to Coxsey Valley.
Wow, very, very nice. What was that? Sorry. What? Okay, very, very nice. That was Houston team total over, huh?
Yes, and I want it. I can't bet it yet. I need to open up more books, and he's going off of Pinnacle right now.
I was thinking about just the over in that game in general. I did actually wind up looking at that game earlier, and I was thinking about the over in that game in general. It's just that, but he only likes the team total over. I might add on the over here, Jim, because I was thinking about the over in that game anyway. For an official play, you want to tail that one for your record?
Yes, I do, and I can't bet it yet, but it's going to become available. Okay. I just have to wait and be patient. That 365 will open it up at some point. I just got to goddamn wait. But right now, can you please give me the Houston team total over?
Yeah, right now at Pinnacle, it would be 84.5 plus 100. I'm going to check Heritage right now to see what we could give you there.
Thank you. And while you look, should we throw up Mark Lathrop's video?
Yes. Okay, 84.5 plus 100.
Perfect. Houston team total over, 84.5 plus 100. All right. Oh, and Elio says, great pick. I did like the over.
On which one?
On that game, the Houston team total over.
Yeah.
Or on the whole game.
Yeah, I was thinking about the over as well. Yeah.
The question is,
and can I give a quick shout out to Yayas?
Yes, of course.
I just love this guy, Yayas. He says, Mr. Peters, you said to remind you when you say every 2 seconds, thank me later or now. I'm going to thank you right now, Yayas. I always want to be reminded if I'm doing something that looks weird, that seems weird, like a nervous tick that I shouldn't be doing. Thank you so much, Yayas, for pointing that out. You are fucking the commenter of the month. A short list for commenter of the month.
He does a hell of a job.
He does a hell of a job. He just said to remind me when I say every 2 seconds. And yeah. I do not want to be. Sometimes I watch back the videos and I'm sitting there going, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, Jesus Christ, how could I be that bad at my job?
First off, also, Walter Trotter, I think my low bag video record's 2-0. Walter Trotter, we miss you.
Yes,
we need you on the show. Please, can you please give us some action this weekend? And my friend, Freddie Fortune, can you please fire up Mark Lathrop's video?
Hey everybody, it's Mark Lathrop from SBRSportsPicks.com. Had a request from Jimmy the Bag to break down the Citadel game on video since I'm taking a minus 48.5. I've been taking these Division II matchups, either plus huge points or minus huge points. Anyway, we're going to fade Johnson University today because of, well, they're just not very good at basketball, it turns out. They lost on October 30th to Florida College, November 3rd to Florida Memorial, November 4th to Florida National, November 7th to Stetson by 50. November 9th to Great Lakes Christian College by 30. November 10th to Grace Christian by about 42 points. And then November 12th to Warner just this Monday by a score of, looks like 18 points. So they're 0-7 on the year, and they have played 5-6 games in the last week, and then they're going to get run out of the gym by Citadel, who, as you know, plays with amazing pace and can actually shoot the ball this year quite well. So I'm expecting Citadel will put up something like 130 points this game, and if they're lucky, Johnson, Florida might shoot and score 50s or 60s. So pretty easy breakdown for me in this game. Not too hard to find the past scores of these games and matchups. Just got to go to the website of that DT2 school. So that's the pick for today. Minus 48.5 for Citadel for me. Line has gone up to 51.5, and I don't think it matters. So for all my other picks, follow me on Twitter, mlathrop3, and always get your news and reports at sbrpicks.com.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, it looks pretty impressive. You know, that guy has professional written all over him.
What do you think about hammering these games, though, against Division II schools?
I think it's, there can be value there. Obviously, the information is very hard to come by, and the limits are very low. But, not so low that I can't make a max bet on it. You can get $5 at least guaranteed down on those Division II games. Yeah, the smaller, the theory is the smaller the market, the bigger the edges you can find. Very nice, Mark Lathrop.
Very, very, very nice. Thank you for joining. I thought that was very interesting that he was hammering these games against Division II schools. I thought that our low baggers would like to hear what he's up to. Okay, quickly now, we need to talk a lot about college basketball, but we have a college football game going off in 9 minutes.
Yes. Okay, so the college football game that goes off is I did take a shot.
So, Freddie, we'll move back to college football for a bit, and then we'll move back to basketball. Well, excuse me.
All right, now maybe I made a mistake here, but I did take the Buffalo team first half team total over 16.5 minus 115. Historically, the home team has had the edge in this matchup. Buffalo is great, against MAC teams at home, and they suffer a little bit when they go on the road against MAC teams that are based in Ohio. And you can even see that this year. Buffalo jumps out to huge leads, 21 points in the first quarter, and they do that repeatedly at home. On the road, it's different. Sometimes they come out early, sometimes they come out late. This is a huge game. The MAC, championship game is on the line here, is in play. I'm thinking Buffalo does what they do well. Ohio has a defense that, or Buffalo tries to do what they do well. Ohio has a defense that can be beat, and I'm thinking Buffalo. It might have been a mistake, but I think they come out strong here offensively. And if Ohio does win, I think it's because it's a high-scoring game, and there's an easy chance that Ohio could be up 21-17 at the half, for example, right? And Ohio has a lead at the half, but the Buffalo first half team total over cashes anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I might have been a little bit too hasty there. Kyle Jack has been liking Buffalo from day one this week, right? Other people in the morning show were saying, it's a trap and that Ohio is going to be the play. The home field advantage does matter, again, in this series. And so I did make an official play on the Buffalo first half team total over 16.5 minus 115. All right?
This game makes me uncomfortable. A lot of people are feeling the line is a trap. All the breakdowns I've heard, I'm very comfortable staying off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find Northern Illinois extremely appealing. Extremely appealing against the Redhawks.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's also Kyle Jack was liking Northern Illinois. Miami, Ohio, of course, has been covering though, and they have a crappy defense, but they have that dual threat quarterback, Ragland, who can keep them in games. Northern Illinois has a very potent defense. Obviously, that's their calling card. So the question is just how much will Miami, Ohio be able to keep up? Kyle Jack is not concerned. He thinks that laying 6.5 was fine. Interestingly, though, in the morning, it was 7 across the board. There's still 7s available, but now there's mostly 6.5. So some money appears to be coming back on Miami, Ohio, and I'm gonna hold off on this one for now.
I'm not, I don't think, but I am. I would like to. What would I get on NIU first half? While I'm saying that, Yai is saying best bet Minnesota plus 2.5. Line is now -1. I'll take whatever line you want. Other best bet Nebraska plus 2.5. Maryland plus 14.5.
Is he talking about college football?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to copy and paste Yaius's comments here.
Yes, so am I. I feel like NIU is the play here.
And I was thinking about the over as well.
In the NIU game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Smart Money says Northern Illinois by double digits.
What do I get NIU first half?
First half, I'm guessing will be 3.5. Might be able to find you a 3. Let's see if we can find Jimmy the Bag a 3. The answer can be found here at SBRodds.com. Nope, we can find you a 4, though. We can give you 3.5 minus 107.
Damn it. I think NIU is going to take care of business.
Okay.
I really do. And I'm going to double up on NIU first half and full game.
All right, so we'll give Jimmy the Bag first half minus 3.5 minus 107. So we'll give him that one. Let me just add this one to your plays. Northern Illinois first half minus 3.5 minus 107. And the full game, of course, we will be able to give you a 6.5 because that line is headed down just a little bit. Let's see what the best line is that we can get you. 6.5 minus 105 at Pinnacle. Can we do better than that? No, not that I'm seeing. So we can give you 6.5 minus 105.
Thank you.
All right.
And that will be my only college football play. Let's get back to basketball, if that's okay. Do you mind?
Yeah, I don't, let's
But we got tons of great cappers in here.
Yes.
If we didn't have enough time to hammer all of college basketball. So
what did I say in the morning show, Jim? I said I like Michigan. It was up at 7.5. I didn't understand. Michigan's now up by 13. God, I gotta just trust my freaking instincts here in college basketball.
You do.
All right, I think I'm just gonna, this card, I'm just gonna throw it away. I'll tweet out some second half plays if I see them and like them. But again, I took Michigan plus the points. I did take what's that game called? Seton Hall plus the points. I took the over in Duke, but that was at 149. I took the I can't even remember what other plays I took.
Every time, well, look over.
I took Oklahoma State. They should roll. They're coming off a loss that's a little bit embarrassing. They're at home. I was thinking about the over in Rice, Houston. I was thinking about the over in UTEP, Arizona, and that line has moved a little bit, but not a ton.
Well, let's go back to that Rice Houston game. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Rice is capable of putting up enough points? Because that's what scares me. It's like the Duke game. Lamont Williams says, Jimmy, I love St. Peter's on the spread and Duke full game under. Is Duke going to score all the points by themselves?
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
And is that same thing can be said about Houston and Rice?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Radford-Notre Dame game is also weird. I don't understand why that total is so low. I'd be leaning over in Radford-Notre Dame as well, although I haven't been able to get into that as much as I would like to give it officially. But I would definitely be leaning over in the Radford-Notre Dame game. Let me just check out Rice here.
While you're checking that out, I'm going to read out Dwayne Reed's top college basketball plays.
Okay.
Michigan versus Villanova under that. Yeah. We know that game's already off. UL Montana plus 25.
You mean UL Monroe?
Excuse me. Yeah, I said UL Monroe plus 25. Marquette plus 5.5. LaSalle plus 17. Arizona minus 20. Nebraska minus 7. In Nebraska, Seton Hall over 145.
So he likes. I'm sorry. So I'm going to read him again, just because I was looking at this. Yes, Houston can put up points. I mean, yes, Rice can put up points. Of course they can. All right, I'm going to make that. But why did the market move down though? That's weird. All right, I'm going to I will make that one an official play.
How much has it moved down?
You know, just a point, but almost imperceptibly. But still, if there was a solid edge on this one on the over 145. One of these fucking nerds with a spreadsheet would have gotten it, and that's one line. If we ever make the Low Shack in the Bag movie, I want my character to jealously complain about fucking nerds with spreadsheets. One of the things that he does,
that
right?
Should work.
That'll be good. I'll deliver those lines well.
I know
also funny. Also funny. All right. And maybe I'll also incorporate my impression of Danielle Bergoli. Over 140. If there was a solid edge here. At 145, one of these fucking nerds with a spreadsheet would have bet it at least up to 146.5, something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Couple of max bets, tells a couple of his buddies, they put in a couple of max bets, and all of a sudden it's at 147. But that didn't happen, you know?
Damian Yankovic loving Seton Hall, plus 7.5.
Yeah.
Dennis Cloak, my best bet, New Mexico State versus St. Mary, over 140. Trust me, what's been the movement on that one?
Let me check that one. That's a late game, so I might have time to, after this show and before the poker tournament, I'm just going to hide away and try to come up with some college basketball bets for myself and edges. No movement on that one either.
Melee Payless Way liking Marquette, plus 5.5.
Al Hard says best bet, Pete. What's he talking about, best bet?
Is he asking wants to know what your best bet is.
Oh, in what? In
just overall.
Well, I would say the first period over in the Washington game in NHL. You know, those two teams like to score. They're capable of scoring, right? That's just a 1.5 minus 130. That's what I would say.
I like it. I like it. I like where you stand. Nate Pereira was laughing this morning.
Peter says.
No idea what that.
Yeah, that was certainly a hard to inscrutable comment there from Nate Pereira. It reads to me like a compliment, so thank you very much. A compliment directed towards me. Thank you very much, Nate Pereira.
I like it. I like where we stand. Yeah. I was very confident in the card yesterday overall. This one, I'm less so. But I'm ready. I feel like we did a good breakdown of everything. Wow. I need to have more time on basketball. Dennis Cloak says, best bet is New Mexico State. Trust me. Yeah, that's a trust me comment. Yeah. Wow, on the over. Yeah. Terry Edelman will be go wild go in the poker tournament. I will look out for that. Ganja Gamer says Ducks Vegas probably will be low scoring take under 2. I already added that one, and I'm thinking about throwing on the first period under as well. But I don't know. I could see that. I could see 2 goals sneakily coming in the first period, and then it slows down later on. So I'm going to hold off on that one. In the meantime, it's past 7:00, so we don't give any. So all the 7:00 college basketball games mercifully are now off the board, so we don't have to look at them or think about them. Jason Miller wants a shout out to his boss T-Baller Troy. Is T-Baller Troy killing it with NBA? Really? Yeah. Really? Congratulations, T-Baller Troy. Shout out. Scotty Rock ready to rock in the poker tournament. My man Kent says Toledo basketball breakdown. I did not hammer that game. It was just too stuck with too much work. I did not break down Toledo, but we'll have some time to do. When's that game go off? Yeah. When does it go off? You know what? If I had one, give me the bag. Yes. If I had one fucking full-time college basketball assistant, I'd be able to handicap this entire card and nail it. No, I know. One, just to give me the important 2 sentences for every game. You know what I'm saying? I could even teach them how to do it. One full-time college basketball assistant, I'd be able to nail these cards, and I guarantee you I'd hit at least 54% in a big high volume of plays. We're working
or
on
53.5%.
trying to get
53.5%. High volume of plays. Yeah, the Toledo Wright State game.
It's already off.
Yeah, it's already off. But all right. So Jimmy's back like, no, you can't make a pick after 7 o'clock, asshole. All right. Yeah. So again, I took Oklahoma State. I'd be agreeing with the lean to the over in the Rice-Houston game. You know, fuck it. I'll take it. 144 minus 114. I'm going to add that one to my official plays. Rice-Houston over 144 minus 114. That's the current line at Pinnacle. You know what I'm learning from these line moves? Now, take this with, this is just what I'm thinking just this second, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking I trust myself a little bit more than I trust these market moves, Jim. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I saw that fucking South Florida game where I liked the under, moved up to 149, and I was like, no, I'm going to take it anyway. I was way right. And the answer is because these market line moves, can be caused. It's kind of like the reason you don't get mad at people on Twitter is because if you saw them in real life, you'd be like, oh, this is just some 13-year-old snot-nosed kid. How could I have been mad at that? And if you saw what's actually moving these college basketball lines, you'd be like, oh, okay, that's not something I should be afraid of. There are definitely people who kill college basketball. But again, it's very easy to move these lines, especially totals. And it's definitely not always moved by some nerd with a spreadsheet who really knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially early in the season.
Wally George says Atlanta Falcons lock in NFL this week. I'm on the Falcons as well. Mm-hmm. The Falcons.
Oh, and we talked about that with Al McMorty, and Al McMorty was like, he was like, this play is so obvious. I know Peter's going to like this play, but I'm liking it anyway. And he said that he agreed. He agrees that the Falcons -3 are a good play, despite the fact that he knew I was going to like it. So
to me, if it's Zeke against Matt Ryan,
right?
Where are the yards? Who's going to get the yards quicker?
I don't know.
I do know. Matt Ryan's going to get the yards quicker.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Right. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah. My brain's a little bit fried right now. I was staring at the New Mexico State game, thinking about that guy saying, trust me on the over 140.
Ethan Payson saying, I'm a college student. Mm-hmm. He'll move out, be a college basketball assistant, take his betting to the next level.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. All I need is 2 seconds, just to do the research that just I don't have time to because I got to do all this other fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anyway, Oklahoma State. I did bet that one. Hopefully they roll. I just gave Houston Rice on the over as an official play. UTEP Arizona again. God, that line is moving up. And I said in the morning, all right, I'm going to take. I better jump on this one right now. I'll take. Oh God! All right, I don't know. No, I'll hold off on that one. Even though it is definitely a lean that I have.
I'm on the Houston team total over 84. I will jump on with the over in Houston Rice with you.
All right, yeah. Jump on that. Okay, let's see. It's going to be 144 minus 114. Rice Houston over 144 minus 114.
Beautiful. Circus Weasel saying, anybody know how to join the poker tournament? Here is the link, my friend. I will get it up for you right now. Mm-hmm. And then I think that we are ready to move forward.
Let's wrap this up. I will. If there's any second half plays in college basketball I'm liking, I'll tweet them out. I might just go into another room here and try to crunch the remaining college basketball card. And if there's anything I'm liking, tweet that shit out. Again, I bet the Arizona over at 144. It's been slowly creeping up. So I guess I'll hold off on that one for now. I did take Seton Hall, but I don't like the fact that there's some people who really like Nebraska here in this one. And I guess that's it, right, Jim?
That's it. Gunja Gamer says, what's the word on NIU?
God.
I'm backing them.
Michigan's up by 18.
Yeah.
Like, I bet it, but I feel shitty because I didn't give it. Wow. I was going to double up on it, too, and give the fucking first half and full game. All right. Okay. All right. Let's just bring Freddie Fortune in here.
It's not Freddie Fortune.
Whoever,
it is Lucrative Larry's Plays of Tomorrow. Here comes Larry. Larry, when I was not here last week, Larry made a play of tomorrow that doesn't play till December 19th. And,
yeah, I wanted people to get in earlier.
Okay, good. Well, you got him in.
But you'll be happy to hear that my play for today is for a game tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Into the UEFA Nations League, Croatia at Spain under 2.5 goals at -138 at Bet365.
Sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. By Mr. Jimmy's by Mr. Oh, I almost forgot. I know what I put it.
Looking for...
Yeah. Here it is.
I saw that earlier, yeah.
Thanks for lending me this, Freddie. I took yesterday your notebook. I had so many things to write. It was such a busy afternoon, but thank you so much for lending me this.
I think I'll lend it to you.
Yeah.
Shut up already.
All right.
Damn it, look.
Guess that's where Freddie's notebook went.
All right, thanks so much, Lucrative Larry. Once again, huge shout out, thoughts, and prayers to Tony Soprano and his mom. We just hope everything works out okay. We love you, and that's it. We'll see you next in the poker tournament if you want to, if you're going to be participating in that. If not, we'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks so much, everyone.